boxing fans. Y'all already know what this is. Y'all already know what this is. I'm gonna start off by saying, shouts out to Vasil Lomachenko with his great career in boxing, man, and his recent retiring out of the sport of boxing, man. He recently hung it all up, man. So I would like to say thanks for all your great attributes to the sports, man, and all the great fights that we had, man. Of course, I'd like to see him running back with Gary Russell, Mr. Gary Russell. I'd like to see him fight Tank Davis, you know. I'd like to see a lot of those fights, man, that we'll never, ever get to see again, man. The Salido fight, and just a lot of those fights, man, that we'll never, ever get to see again. It'll just be those fights that we'll always talk about in those wonder years. What if, what if, what if? But it is what it is, and hey, what can I say? But he gave us what we love, man, boxing, man, the Matrix himself. But I'm not here to discuss the Matrix. Y'all already know what I'm here to discuss, man. We're gonna talk about. I don't really know this guy's name, and I wasn't really familiar with him prior to this fight. Hiroshini Mashiro, right, versus Andy Cruz. I'm gonna just say this: I expected this fight to go to the scorecard. I didn't expect what I saw last night. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not gonna be one of these guys who's gonna come on here and make it seem like I expected a knockout, even though that's what we got last night. I thought, we was gonna go to the scorecards. I thought Andy Cruz was gonna give us some spectacular boxing, which he did do, along alongside with some great knockdowns in round three. I mean, he knocked him down twice in round three, and then stopped him in round five. I mean, Andy Cruz was letting his hands go, man. Uh, Mishiro had nothing for Andy Cruz, nothing. Um, he made Andy Cruz. This was one of the fights that Andy Cruz needed, man, to make him look real good, man. I don't know where he got this guy from or where he pulled him from, but these are the type of fights these fighters need to pull out, every now and then to make you just to catapult your career, to make you look real good, man. Um, I'll say that it was one of those spectacular fights that pretty much juiced up his record, and made the casuals kind of like, oh man, I like this guy. This guy's a knockout artist if they don't really know Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz still got to polish on his defense a little bit. I think a lot of times he take a little bit too much punishment when he shouldn't. Um, I guess we won't be able to see him and Keyshawn because Keyshawn moved up. And a fight like this, right after one of Keyshawn's great fights, would have been a great situation to catapult or advertise in both of those fights. You know what I'm saying? Andy Cruz versus the Keyshawn. That shit would have been the shit. That's what we would have needed, you know. But again, like I said, we'll never get to see that dude. That we kind of we kind of missed that. We kind of missed that whole thing right there. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I ain't mad at it. You know, whatever they decide to do, they done, and I accept it. I think it was an awesome fight by Andy Cruz. Great display, man. I mean, of course, like I said again, not many thought that he was going to put on the display that he put on last night, especially the betting odds. I mean, he was letting his hands go, bro. I mean, punches and bunches and throwing a lot of power shots. I ain't think he had it in him, bro. I didn't think he had it in him. He did an awesome job, like I said, by dropping Mishiro twice in the third round, and he was saved by the bell in the third round, and he was able to come back in the fourth round. Still with noodle legs, you could tell that he didn't have much to give, and then the fight was stopped in the fifth round. But like I said, very great fight by Andy Cruz. But let me say this. This is the fight that we really all want to talk about, man. Ferocious George Kambosos, who is now a stepping stone in boxing. I mean, you put George Kambosos on your record. You remember George Kambosos, the man who beat Teofimo Lopez. So you go through George Kambosos, you put him on your record. It's a great name. But George Kambosos, as we all know, is cooked. He's done. He's through. So a lot of guys put him on their record just to have one of those great names on your record. But George Kambosos, he's done, man. I mean, Hitchens just basically just jabbed the shit out of him all night, man. I mean, great boxing on display, man. He didn't have to do much, man, with Kambosos, man. Kambosos' range was shitty. Kambosos couldn't even get to him. All he was doing all night was just missing and couldn't get to him. The rangy Hitchens. Hitchens had a field day with George Kambosos last night. He could have done anything he wanted to do with George Kambosos. And when he finally got to George Kambosos' midsection, he realized, I hit a gold mine. We have seen that before. But guess what? I saw it again tonight. Once I was able to soften up his midsection, it's over. And guess what? He was able to do it last night, man. He peppered him and then hit him in the midsection, and then George Kambosos displayed it, put it on full display that, man, the liver shot ain't what he want. And even though Hitchens had him weak, he wasn't able to finish him off in that later round. So then George Kambosos showed a lot of grit, a lot of guts, and continued on. He continued on. And he kept on fighting, man. I got to give it to him. He kept on fighting. He didn't just lay it down. He just kept on fighting. And as the round began, you could see where Hitchens was just say, you know what? I'm going to let him just go ahead and do what he got to do, and I'm going to catch his ass again. I already see his weak spot, that midsection. I'm going to keep on hitting him with nice straight jabs to the head. Jab, jab, jab. And when he least expected, I'm going to hit his ass back in the midsection, which was a great game plan, which is exactly what he done. Bam. Fight over. Full display. Kambosos couldn't do shit. Kambosos was done. This is what I'm talking about. And as soon as the fight was over, it just went full of disrespect, cursing out Devin Haney, cursing out the man's daddy. Call the man out, dude. You don't have to do all that. You should be calling out everybody in a 147, the junior welterweight division, or the welterweight division if you're going up to welterweight division. Teofimo Lopez is right there in the ring with you. You should have called his ass out, not be buddy with him. He's an opponent, dude. Don't be buddy with no opponents. You want that fight too. Call out Ryan Garcia. Call out Devin. Yeah, you did right by calling out Devin. Call out everybody, bro. Call out, shit. If I'm not mistaken, shit, Keyshawn y'all gonna probably be buddies, but everybody, bro. Everybody. Take on the Keyshawn fight. Fuck it. Keyshawn just went up to 140. Call him out too. I don't know if he's gonna stay at 140, go to 147. Like he said, he got to go to 147 to fight Devin or Ryan Garcia. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what these guys are doing. He said he needs a promotional company and all this shit, but he still had Eddie right there talking for him. So I don't know what these guys are doing. A lot of times these guys just be just talking out their ass. So when it comes to this boxing shit, you know, I'm just on the sideline. Every now and then I come on here and doing these videos, but these boxers are just so finicky, you know. That's why I'm just not in like I used to be, bro. Because it's just the sport ain't like it used to be. It's just different. But at the end of the day, I say this here: great display by Richardson Hitchens. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love the jab. You know, if you know anything about me, man, I love when the boxers put jabs on display, when they show pure boxing skills. I mean, last night he showed us, man. He didn't have to even use his legs as much with this guy, George Kambosos, was a one-dimensional motherfucker, man. Just coming straight up, coming straight to you. I mean, and coming straight to you and can't even dodge your shots. Coming straight to you and can't even reach you. I mean, he was just there as a fucking target. I mean, it was treacherous. It was horrible. If you was a fan of George Kambosos, man, to see your man get smashed like that, pause. It wasn't a good sighting. But it is what it is, I mean. But another great night of boxing by the zone. I can't be mad at them. They've been the ones putting all the boxing. Wasn't for the zone, bro, we'd be shit out of luck when it comes to boxing. You know, I know in the beginning a lot of us knocked the zone, bro, but the zone been putting on when it comes to boxing. Like real talk. But it was a great night of boxing. I love what I see. Andy Cruz with the cornrows last night did his thing. You know, he stopped his opponent, man. And many of us didn't think he was gonna stop his opponent, which he did do. Keyshawn, his son Keyshawn, that's what he always say, right? If he wants to fight Keyshawn, he got to move up. You know, so I don't know, man. Is that fight ever gonna happen? I don't know. I tell you what, with the display that he played, with the display I saw last night, it's pretty good display, but he can't come in there with that defense. You know, not displaying full defense, because Keyshawn will punish the fuck out of him if he don't tighten up his defense, and that's on some real shit. You know, he got to tighten up his defense. He gonna fight a guy like Keyshawn. Got to tighten up that defense, man. But outside of that, man, it was an awesome situation last night, and I like the fights, man. You know, shouts out to Andy Cruz with his victory. Shouts out to Hitchens with his victory versus Kambosos, as these guys catapult in their careers, man, with awesome victories. I mean, definitely promoter Eddie looked real good last night, bro. Both of his fighters did a great job. And with that being said, y'all already know what this is. Y'all already know who this is. And I'm out here, as always.